Hello, good morning, TGIF. It's Friday. We've made it. Another week. And I know it's been a long week for many of us. It's been pretty heavy with a lot of the retrogrades, just the ongoing craziness. Know that it's gonna get better. This Sunday on the 3rd. Venus goes into direct, so we're starting to see some of these planets move out of retrograde. I won't lie, there's not a lot going out direct in September, but on the good side, nothing else is going into retrograde. The only other thing going direct is going to be Mercury on the 15th, so this is a good thing. We're slowly getting through this retrograde challenge, if you will. Oh, we're getting feedback. Great. Okay. So today I want to look at next week. I love giving you guys that extra little bit of time to figure out and kind of get everything, all your ducks in a row, if you will. So I will be looking at the week of September 3rd through the 9th. Like I said, Sunday we are looking at Venus going direct. So those relationships, that sexuality, especially for the ladies, and then also finances. It's funny how Venus is connected into that financial aspect. However, Venus is. Also, no guys, Sunday, yeah, the planet goes direct. The energies, guys, we've got to clear it out. So, highly recommend Sunday, Monday, as many of us do have Monday off, take some time to clear out that energy. It will help, well, clear your space, clear yourself from some of those stagnant, lingering energies that are not going to help anybody. Okay, let's get into this week. For the reading, I do have, this is the Witchling Academy Tarot. Kind of really went with the literary book sense, back to school, back to the normal routine energy, because I have paired it with, this is the Literary Faeries Oracle. I did an unboxing earlier this week and I couldn't wait to use it. And I thought, you know what, kids, a lot of people, that Labor Day weekend, this is that big kick into back to school, back to that fall energy. So we've got the academy, we got the books. So let's hit the books. Let's hit the cards. What can my friends expect from the week of September 3rd through the 9th? Of course, this is the first full week in September. And I know many people, including myself, it's like you get to September 1st and it's like, okay, we're into fall now. Fall equinox doesn't happen for another couple of weeks. 3 weeks, actually. So we've got some time. However, many of us are like, okay, it's a long weekend. It's fall now. King of Pentacles. This is one of the reasons I don't use this deck a lot. It's kind of a Harry Potter, Sailor Moon type feel to it, because it is the academy and we're looking at witches. However, it's very, very heavy on the female imagery. And for me, tarot needs to be balanced. And this deck, it just really isn't. I love it, but I struggle with it because there's only one male card. All the other cards are female. Justice. The 11th card in the Major Arcana. And, well, she's on her head. Okay. So, this week, guys, lots of ability to kind of stand in our own. Get that footing, if you will. Start to reach for some of that growth, those abundant areas. We can see that harvest coming in, if you will. However, This is a big piece. You can't be overcritical about it. It may not look exactly like you had hoped. Be open to the aspects as they're coming forward. That overcritical, very black and white feeling, energy, perspective is not going to serve you. Yes, we need to have that justice in that right or wrong. However, we don't want it to be overcritical. Overcritical of the abundance that's coming forward, that growth you have seen, your abilities, your shifting and moving. Let's be honest, we're the first ones to beat ourselves back down. And this week we need to be very mindful of not beating ourselves down. It's going to be super easy to do. Don't worry. We're going to excel at it as we always do. However, keep that in mind as you go forward. The more you beat yourself up, the less prosperity you're going to have. What's more, because we are in Mercury retrograde, there's a lot going on, people are very reactive. If we start to become reactive and start to not use our head and think things through, again, we're going to minimize what we can achieve and embrace this week. Because we're going to be all caught up in that gunkiness. That's not going to help us at all. This week, very important that you stay in control of you, stay grounded, stable, balanced. Remember to breathe, guys. Use that third eye thinking center so that you can assess, how are you treating yourself? How are other people reacting? It's not in this right now. However, that compassion and empathy for self and especially others, that reactivity, it's there. We don't need to add fuel to a fire. We can take that high ground, and that's going to be an important part this week. All right, let's look at what else, what other things that can help to overcome some of the stickiness and embrace that abundance. We do have Midas touch here. We do have that abundant, or those abundant areas. Well, let's look at how we can embrace them, how we can start to manifest and amplify them. That's the word I'm looking for. Oh, I love this card. It's so colorful. Astrea Starflame. Retro sci-fi. Out there, alien, unknown. At the beginning, I said, guys, be very open to things as they come forward. They may not look like how you expect them. And it's in that unexpected that you're going to get the most, abundance. You're going to be able to start to see things as they truly are. And like I said earlier, that balance, that stability and groundedness, that's going to help us to be able to open ourselves up to more. Be open to what it looks like and be okay with it. When we think it has to have that perfect little bow on top and it has to have that certain sheen, we are minimizing our opportunities, our abundance, because it comes in many, many forms. Sahara Dart, Adventure, Action, Traps, Relics. It's more in the action. You are the one that is going to have to do this. No one else is going to be able to do it for you, because this is about you opening you up, being open to others, how they may do things, how things are unfolding. We do have to be the one that is kind of in, the driver's seat of self. Like I said, that reactivity is going to bring us problems. But when we are in that action phase, when we are in control of self, we're going to be able to make decisions that are better for us, more high vibrational, if you will. We don't want to get caught in that trap. Haha, traps. Yes, there we go. Even more. But yes, please make sure that you're not just sitting idly by, because you're not only going to miss some of the very abundant opportunities, however, you are going to miss out on shifting energies, helping others by not reacting and being kind of adding that fuel to the fire. Panoplia. I'm thinking of saying that right. Plot armor. Safe, indispensable, and shielded. Reminding you guys, look, the energies, they are funky. We are going to have all but now, as of Sunday, 3 planets in retrograde. However, the energies, they are still thick and goopy. Make sure you're using your tools. Yes, there's going to be that reactivity. However, we can start to look at clearing self. And I started this session out by saying, hey guys, yes, Venus is going direct on Sunday. However, you have to clear out your space. Again, that is an action piece that is going to support you, those around you, in being more, well, not only the armor piece, but you're going to feel stronger, right? Also, use your tools. What crystals do you need? What essential oils do you need? What visualizations and meditations do you need? On my channel, I've got lots of supports here for you guys. I've got lots of visualizations and meditations, healings regarding that protection, that energy protection, grounding and stability. You can start to, well, put action to what you need. And that's another piece. Like I said, you need to stay in your third eye thinking center. We do want to have that right or wrong aspect, but we also need to check in what is going on for us and what is going to help us out the most right now. Oh, and I should say, with the literary fairies, guys, apparently Jessica from Rare Dragons is not selling it at the moment. It is a coming soon. This was a Kickstarter, so you can get in touch with Jessica from her on her website. I do have a link below, or just Rare Dragons. I think I have a link below. I'll go back and check. But yeah, you want to make sure that you've got, no, I don't have a link below. I will put a link below right after I'm done here. But yes, make sure that you've got that a connection with Jessica. I have no idea when she is going to be selling them. As like I said, it was a Kickstarter. All right. Let's look at what else is going to support my friends in really being able to grab hold of next week. Gain that abundance. And follow Midas for that golden touch, if you will. Okay. We have the Seven of Wands. And I think this really highlights that reactivity. We don't want to be in a constant battle with self, constant battle with others. It's important that we do keep this in mind. What do you need to make sure that you are not in this space, that you are in control of you and open to things rather than reaction? Because that reactivity is going to cause so much more grief. The Two of Wands. Hey Risika, how are you doing? So of course the Two of Wands is about that decision making. Don't make those gut choices. Think things through. That passion, that heart center can and will lead us astray. Because it is, well, again, so easily swayed by these energies. Because other people, and we know, are not coping well. Make sure that you are in control of you and that you are thinking things through. This is not the Two of Swords, this is the Two of Wands. Both the Two of Swords and the Wands talk about decisions that need to be made. However, we do need to use our head. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. Of course, it's that isolation, that disconnection. And a lot of us are feeling that. It's been a long, hot summer. And it's been hard. You're the one that can start to make some reconnections, especially when we stay in that high vibration, when we're functioning from a space where we're in control of self. We're the ones that are, well, thinking things through. I am doing okay. I'm sitting, so this is a good thing. This is a good thing. It's going to be a slow heal because they're both hurting. So movement is not ideal. Thankfully, I enjoy things that require lots of sitting. So know that, guys, this week, that disconnection is going to really hit home. Helpful that we do have Venus coming back into direct, so some of those intimate relationships are going to be able to be strengthened a bit. However, again, that is an action piece. You're going to have to be the one that takes that control. You're the one that needs to reach out. We can't expect others to do something. We can't control that other piece. We can only control ourselves. So this week, take some time for, reaching out, checking in. You know you're struggling. Well, so is everybody else. This week is a lot. The word of the week, action. You need to put some action to things. You need to make sure that you are in control of you and that you are using your tools, thinking things through, and choosing that high vibration rather than that low. So that's what next week looks like. We're stepping into September. Yes, there's a lot going on for sure. Know that there is a lot of prosperity should you decide that you want to reach out for it. So that is my weekly reading. My friends in chat, if you would like a reading, just let me know. I have my Witchling Tarot, and we can dive into questions. Clear out this deck. Wrong deck. To help out, guys, I also have a it's a meditation coming out on Tuesday for you, where it is clearing out the mind, which is going to help, actually, thinking about it, because I've already recorded it and it's ready to roll for Tuesday. So another tool that you guys have access to for next week. It is very cute. I do enjoy it. I'd use it more if there was more of a masculine portrayal. I just struggle with the fact that there is so much female to it. I like that balance. I enjoy it when, and I don't mind the fact that some of the, like the knights are female. I don't mind that. That's not, it's just that, like the kings, they're female. It doesn't make sense. So that's why I don't use it a lot. However, I thought this week we really needed to get back to the books. I'll give you guys a few more minutes to let me know if you guys want to have another reading or like have a reading done. Next week for my readings, I will be live on Twitch Tuesday and Thursday for readings. I will be back, of course, on Friday to explore the week ahead. YouTube is not as user-friendly for live tarot as Twitch is. So I've kind of given more time to tarot on Twitch because it has more supports and less lag. There is a huge, like almost a minute difference between what I say and when you guys respond. So there's a huge lag. No, Risaka, there is no redeem here because they don't have that built in. It's sad. YouTube has not kept up on what Twitch has been doing. I started off on YouTube and I really enjoy the fact that YouTube houses all my, like I'm probably almost triple digits in tools by now with all the meditations and healings, and they're accessed all the time. So I don't want to release the YouTube piece. So I will struggle through my Fridays. However, yes, next week I will be live my Tuesdays and Thursday. I might be a little later on Tuesday because I've got to get the kids to school. It's their first day back. So I have no idea what that morning's going to look like. It's, yeah, it just is. Oh, I'm glad you enjoy the meditations. That was the one thing when 2020 went down, and I knew I could see it was coming forward, and I had already gone to while I was like waiting in line to pay for my groceries and watch all the crazy people buy like rolls and rolls and rolls of toilet paper. Still don't know what they did with it all. And I was like, what am I going to do? How do I go forward? And that's the one thing they were like, well, you got to meditate. And I'm like, I got ADHD tendencies. No way I can do meditations. They're like, no, not you meditate. Provide meditations. You start school on the 11th? That's so exciting. That's so exciting. Yeah, and that's the piece. Like, people are getting back into school at different times. I know that my kids are later, even in the area, a later start as of... Oh, actually, no, my son goes back on Wednesday, not Tuesday. My daughter's going in on Tuesday. So, yeah, it's a gong show. And a lot of us do Risika. Like, a lot of us will have, we may not be diagnosed with ADHD, but we have ADHD tendencies, which just means that, yeah, we can cope through life, but there are times we're squirreling out in a big way. In a big way. You'll take a reading? Alrighty. Do you have a question? Yeah, so it's just tendencies, right? I know that I do. You've been out on my Twitch streams. I go off onto left tangent. Why? Because I do. And it's not a bad thing. It just is a thing. My son has a lot of ADHD tendencies. I love him to bits and pieces. Boy can squirrel out. So. Oh, ouch. Diagnosed as a kid and then re-diagnosed as an adult. And depending on where you were and what decade you went to school, it would depend on what kind of supports you got. Even now, the supports, it's very hit or miss. I went through the school system in the 80s and 90s, and there was no assessment. I was assessed, I was diagnosed with dyslexia when I was in university. And I didn't go to university right out of high school. I was talking to one of my psychology professors, and we were looking at something, and he's like, do you know you have dyslexia? He's like, you read that entire passage backwards. And I'm like, oh, no? And we were talking about it, and he's like, no, you have dyslexia. And I'm like, yeah, well, that explains a lot of things. Is there anything I should do to help my son's birthday be best as it can be? Okay. Yeah, we can definitely look at your son's birthday. How old is he turning? And just remember, Risika, kids, no matter their age, they don't have the same expectations and demands as a parent does. It has a lot of times we have a tendency to think that they're not enjoying it when they're having the time of their lives. I was never told as a kid, and I thought that I was diagnosed. And yeah, you had no support, which is common. Oh, 4. Oh my God. I love 4. I was going to say when my kids were young, like a little bit younger than 4, their favorite toy, literally you buy them the expensive toys, you're like, they're going to love it. Yeah, they love the box, right? So please don't overthink it, because that's really, you get cake, balloons, and they're like, oh my God, best day ever, right? Although at 4, my son started a weird obsession with Kirby, the Nintendo pink marshmallow thing. Yeah, it was awesome. The 9 of Cups. I love it when the cards are confirming what I just said. Don't overthink it. Funny story, my daughter has that exact same onesie. The unicorn with the rainbow, and it has a rainbow mane and tail. But the 9 of Cups. The 3 of Wands. And then we have the Emperor. This is the only masculine card in the entire deck. 77 other cards, they have female. All right. Actually, I think that's not true. I think the Lovers has kind of a tuxedo mask guy, but like this is the only really masculine card. He wants to go to the beach because that's what we did for our daughters. Yeah. Thankfully, it should be a fairly nice, like, depending on your area. It's not like it's snowing anywhere that I know. My son was born in May. My daughter was born in December. So we can do a lot more on my son's birthday than my daughter's birthday. So, the 9 of Cups is just really reminding you, don't overthink it. Just enjoy. Be present for it. There's going to be some rich, abundant laughter, happiness, and joy. The more you stress over it, the more you're going to miss it. Okay? Also, keep active. Yeah, and you're going to know that, right? Like 4-year-olds, they're like, and go. The more you have the go, the less that you're going to have problems. But you too, enjoy. Don't get bogged down on what has to happen. Let it unfold naturally. That stability, that groundedness is going to be important. Allow him to direct it. If he wants to go do what his sister did, let him do what his sister did, right? Like, does it matter? No. It's about that day. It's about that experience. Because pretty soon, from 4, they're 14, 24. It does not take long. I remember when my kids were mini mites like that. Now I've got almost 16 and 13-year-old. Like, it's insane how quick time goes by. But yes, truly enjoy it. And cake is good too. Cake and ice cream. Like, seriously, you throw ice cream into the mix, and or frozen yogurt or whatever they like to have. It's just like, yeah. Hey, Midnight, what's happening? We're talking birthdays and cake. You came back for the cake talk, didn't you? So enjoy that time with him. And I would also take lots of pictures because, yeah, they're going to, it's something you forget, and then you're like, oh, I forgot to take a picture of that. And you want those pictures because going back, it just gives you that big smile on your face, right? Yeah, the days are long and the years are short, especially when you're coming from with kiddos, right? He at least he doesn't want, just like the Power Rangers or superhero cake that has all the funky ice cream or icing on it that tastes like chemicals. Cheesecake? Yeah. Number blocks, okay, you can do that. Oh, it's Risika's son's 4th birthday. Mm-hmm. Yes. And especially, Risika, you've got a Virgo in play. Yeah. Let him have his hands and feet on the earth. He'll need that. Because he's a doer. Sunday. Wow. Yeah, time goes by, right? And you were one brave woman to be pregnant, and that pregnant over the summer. You would have been in last trimester over the summer. My brother is born at the end of August, and it's my mom hated the pregnancy because it was so hot and she was so big. It was bad. Virgo, Sun, Scorpio, Moon. Ooh, yeah, no, double Virgo, yeah. Plant that boy in the ground, and he's gonna feel good. And the beach is a fantastic idea because he's got the water and the dirt, like the sand. Yeah, just dig him a hole and bury him. Not literally, but you know what I mean. Like, just he needs that earthy stuff. Any of the earth, your Virgo, your Capricorns, they need that stability. If they don't have it, they become very agitated, many times becoming anxious, or they get those spinniness, whether it be dizziness or kind of just feeling woozy wobbly. So yeah, definitely make sure that he's got some good coping mechanisms for the stability. Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing what we live through. It really is, Risika. It's amazing. And then the greatest thing is we forget, because then we have another one, right? Although I was smart. I really planned mine out a bit. I was pregnant, but I wasn't like super pregnant with my daughter. She's born in December. It was early times, and it was not something that I had really had to endure. And my son was born in May. So I was like, I'm scheduling this. There's no way I'm going to go be what my mom did. I'll learn from her challenge there. But I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, having birthday and cake. Yeah, his sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, and rising in Aries and Virgo. Yeah. You know what? All you can do is breathe. He is a doer, and the more he is, because he's that Virgo's that work piece. If they're not working, they're not happy. They have to have that action piece. So he is going to be a boy that gets stuff done. And just make sure that he doesn't have that bored or lax time, because that's where he's going to get his mischief from. And because he is a Virgo, anytime Mercury is in retrograde, he's going to be struggling. And Mercury goes into retrograde 3 to 4 times a year. So, yeah. Yep. You nailed that one, Midnight. Organized. Yep. That's because they're a doer, right? They have to have all their tools in a row. If they don't, they're not happy. So. And that's the nice thing about knowing your kids' charts, is that you can go in and go, okay, so I know that this is going to be a challenge. Check into it and see how you can start to incorporate those tools. They don't need to be extra challenged. Life is hard as it is. Let's show them the tools. Look at this shiny tool. It's going to be your friend. All right, if anyone else in chat wants a reading, if not, I'm going to sign off. Like I said earlier, I will be live Tuesday and Thursday on Twitch. Yeah, and that's the piece, Ristika. Just think, we have to, it's part of parenting. Think outside the box. Sometimes you set it down and let them pick it up, right? He pretends to be a pendulum zone. You know what? Get him one. Get him one. The worst thing he can do is snap the chain, and you can easily replace that. Oh, absolutely, Midnight. Absolutely. Thank you. Yes, I was like, I could wait till the fall equinox, but I wanted to change up my background. I was tired of the pinks and purples. I wanted the fall colors. So. All right. Did you have a question, Midnight, that you want me to look into? Okie dokie. Let's look at this. Any messages that are coming up? Yeah, I have different transition screens and everything. Oh yeah, no, I went to town on Twitch. Well, actually, Risika, you're a subscriber on Twitch. I have commands that are just for my subscribers, and I put my mod in there because my mod, you guys do not need to subscribe. And they're funny, and I think you guys are going to love them. They're not on any, I've taken off the list because everybody asks for the list, and it's just, yeah, it's driving me bananas. But anyway, I've done some work on it. As paying attention. The Ace of Cups. I love that card. And then we have Justice in reversal. Oh, sorry, Risika. What stone? Any red, black crystal. He's in earth energy. Go earth grounded signs. He's probably very much into the natural red or blacks because they will they'll catch his eye on an energetical piece. Then we have the Nine of Cups. It is now in the upright. Last reading was in reversal. I love it. I love it. It does not matter, and I've had students try this, where they put every card in the upright and are very conscious on shuffling them so that they all stay upright, yet they still get reversals. And I'm like, yeah, of course you do. Yeah. And people are always worried, like, as long as and you know your child, as long as they're not going to put it in their mouth and try and swallow it or chew it, it's good, right? I have clients and friends who've given their kids decks, like tarot decks, or well, usually oracle decks, because they usually, they don't have as many words to them. And why not? Right? It not only is it a tool, but it shows them pictures. And then you can start to talk to them about the picture. What did they see? Because I can tell you a lot of times they're seeing stuff you are not going to see. Okay, so Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups, both in upright. That intuitional energy is on a high. Keep using it. That gut, this doesn't feel right, trust it. If you need to, look into it a little bit. Why doesn't it feel okay? But don't get too caught up in being overcritical or over analytical on it, because intuition does not, you can start to analyze and overanalyze to death, if that makes any sense. Because right here you have the Holy Grail, which is all about those new, abundant, fulfilling aspects that are coming forward. And then you have the Nine of Cups, which is all about prosperity, which is all about that abundance. So what is being shared? Stop overthinking, trust in your intuition, and enjoy those abundant pieces that are starting to unfold and that are coming in around you. It literally, I love the fact that we have this card here, and it's just like embracing you in all aspects. It's all over you. You just need to take that deep breath, stop analyzing, and embrace. So very short and very sweet, Midnight. You got this. And it's just going to get better, especially as you start to embrace that Holy Grail. Right? Good news, good news, good news. And my daughter has this exact same onesie. You can't see it, but there's a rainbow mane and tail to the onesie. She had the onesie before I had the deck. So it doesn't have that many buttons, but it's the same onesie. Yeah. So these are good things. And it's been a rough summer for a lot of us, and I think that this shift is something that we really need to see. And I think that throughout the fall, we're going to see a lot of that abundance come forward for many people, because even as, you know, the summer was challenging, as things started to go into retrograde and more into retrograde, we started to feel sluggish and heavy, yet we persevered. We're starting to see some of that come forward. I'm analyzing, yeah. Right, but that was that intuitional piece, right? You knew that. The only thing you have to check into is that intuition. Is it going to go the low vibration where it's just fear and doubt? Or is it one of those things where you're like, oh no, that's high vibration, warning me away from something? Right. So just the more you start to shine, don't be surprised if others are not attracted to your energy. So those boundaries, those protections are going to be needed. Ooh, fasting lab's done. Oh, good luck. Enjoy. Thanks for coming in. Hope to see you soon. Have a fantastic weekend and wish that little man a happy birthday. Do you have any other questions, Midnight? But definitely trust in you. That's a big piece. We want that sense of right and wrong, but we don't want to overthink it. As Midnight's writing that, I'm going to just check into chat to see if there's anybody else who would like a reading, they can just make themselves known in chat. It's going to be a nice weekend for a lot of us for that long weekend. I'm looking forward just to doing some resting and recouping. Keep your boundaries up. Yes, definitely. Is there anything else that I should be mindful of? That overcritical of self. That's a big piece with justice. It's that imbalance. And we have a tendency to be the one that brings in that imbalance to self. We minimize the positive pieces that are coming in because it comes down to that self-worth. I don't feel like I'm worthy of this. Someone else would deserve it more. Know you deserve it and that you should be embracing it. So it's literally sometimes we are our worst enemy. We just need to be mindful of that. I know we have a tendency to go, yeah, but where's the bad side? There is no bad side. Not all the time does tarot have a bad side. Well, I don't have anybody else in chat who'd like a reading. That's fantastic. I will be back live here on YouTube on Friday to explore the week, next week, obviously the week ahead. And then, like I said earlier, Tuesday I will be releasing a meditation to calming the mind, which is going to help us out for this week ahead. And then Tuesday and Thursday I will be live on Twitch doing tarot as well. You can do it. I can do it. You got this, girl. No, you've got it. And I think it's that awareness. You've done a lot of reflection. You've done a lot of work. It's now time to reap those rewards. All right, so I'm going to sign off. I want to thank everybody for joining me. If you did like the session, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It helps people find me on the sea of YouTube. However, more importantly for you guys, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. Like you've heard, got lots of stuff coming forward and you don't want to miss any of it. Additionally, I also have a Patreon and Ko-fi page. So if you're looking for an added layer of support, I have links below. And I hope that you guys have a fantastic long weekend and a very amazing week ahead. Until tomorrow, my friends.